Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of my guide to getting solar and black sky camo in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I myself only have 3 out of the 8 required diamond camos at this current point in time as I'm filming this first episode. So, what I'm going to do is, as I finish since it's fresh in my mind, as I finish the camo challenges for a set of weapons, I will do one of these videos, let you guys know what helped me, what got me through all of it, and give you guys some tips and tricks on how you guys can get through it. So like I said, I already have 3 out of 8 finished, so this first episode, as you see in the title, is going to be the guide to the assault rifle diamond camo. So without further ado, let's just get started with the first episode of Guide to Solar and Black Sky Camo. Alright, so first of all, we have... you guys don't have to do it in this order, obviously. You can start with whatever you want. This is just what I do. I just go down the line. So my next one would actually be sniper rifles, which I'm not too excited about, but I digress. Let's get straight into the video, shall we? So, here we go, the assault rifle challenges. Now, as everyone knows, the first few challenges you can see get 50 kills, get 100 kills, get 150 kills, all the way up to wilderness camo is 200 kills. I'm not going to explain that. It's quite obvious. Use the weapon, get 200 kills with it, and you get the first 4 camos. Now, starting with Mojave, I think that's Mojave, I don't know, I'm not a smart person. But starting with that, to get that, you need 20 headshots. Snakeskin is 40 headshots. Salamander is 60. Splatter is 100. And all the way up to Zebra is 160. So there you need a total of 160 headshots. Now, I'm going to explain very, very briefly how to get headshots. Not really briefly, but the easiest way to get headshots. So first of all, let's take a look at attachments. What attachments should you be using to get headshots? First of all, you're going to want a sight. This really is personal preference. Although I would stay away from the Scout Hybrid and the Thermal. The Scout Hybrid reason being, because the zoom in the Scout Hybrid, I haven't even used the sight that much to be honest, but I do know from a little bit of experience that the zoom in the Scout Hybrid is absolutely insanely inaccurate. If you're trying to get a couple of long shots or something, it's something different, sure, and even then I would use the VMC. But the Scout Hybrid, for headshots, I would pretty much stay away from it. You're pretty much going to miss your shots with this sight rather than actually hit the head, which obviously you want to hit the head. So stay away from the Scout Hybrid. And also the Thermal. I would stay away from the Thermal. If you like the Thermal sight, by all means, use it. Go ahead. I'm not saying you can't use these things. I'm just recommending the better sights. Like I said, by all means, if you love the Thermal, then use the Thermal. I don't care. More power to you. But in my experience, Thermal does not get headshots. For me, at least. It's just... I don't know how to say it. It's just way too much of a hindrance. I like to see full color, obviously, which this doesn't do. It's energy, heat signatures, and all that. So, it's just a lot easier to not use a Thermal. Like again, I'm going to say it once again. This is all subjective. You guys can use whatever sight you want. I'm just recommending the things that worked for me. So, the reflex is really good. I'm pretty sure I used the reflex for 99% of my assault rifles, with exception to one, which was, I can't even remember which one it was. The R3K, I believe it was. But anyway, the reflex is really good. The Trojan is actually, I think, is a little more accurate than the reflex sight. But I do like the reflex sight more than the Trojan. The VMC sight is really good. if you're trying to get long shots and stuff too, I don't think you'll be getting long shots at the same time as the headshot. Of course, I could be completely wrong on that. I don't remember. It was a week or so ago now. 2 weeks ago almost. It's been a while since I got this. Anyway. So yeah, so basically any of these sights work. The ELO is really, really, really good as well. Very, very accurate. And the reason for that is because you don't have this weird, I don't know what to say, blind spot, I guess, with the reflex. You got that extra piece on the top, and it just kind of hinders the aim a little bit when you're trying to aim for the head, which isn't, like I said, I used the reflex pretty much the whole time, but the ELO is really, really good, especially for headshots because you got that open top piece there. So as for the reticles, don't use any of this crazy stuff, these dots or lenses, this Omega. Don't use any of this stuff. Like, this might be okay. The sidebars aren't the greatest, but don't use any of this crazy, like this. Don't use that or that. You want to go with a standard dot. So the default, or I have from the Quartermaster, I have this blue dot. I like the blue dot. So basically just use a standard reticle. You don't need any of this crazy stuff. It's going to throw off your aim like crazy. And I mean a ridiculous amount. I tried it. I think I tried... Which one did I try? I can't remember which one I tried. I think I tried this one. And it was awful. It was terrible. So for your reticles, just stick with the standard dot. If you really, really need something else, then by all means do it. Even the dot, that might be okay. But if you guys really need to use these, then go ahead and use them by all means. I'm not saying you can't, again. But it's just going to make it a little bit more difficult. Alright, so that's pretty much all for the headshots. As for accessories, I can't even talk. As for attachments for headshots, really, if you're playing, right now I'm going to recommend Hardcore is your best friend for most of these challenges, for headshots especially. Now, I myself, for the assault rifles and SMGs, did not play Hardcore. I played Core, Kill Confirmed, which I thought it would be a lot easier to get headshots because if you miss a couple of shots, you can aim for the head after the first couple of shots and get the headshot. Well, I was incorrect. It took me much longer to get headshots in Core than it did to get headshots for LMGs in Hardcore. So just be aware. You guys can play Core if you would like. Pretty much play any game mode you want. But the recommendation is always Hardcore. Hardcore is your friend for headshots. Anyway, that being said, the attachments really depend on the gun. First of all, for the NV4, quick draw is really good, extended mag's really good, suppressor's really good, rifle barrel's good, pretty much everything's good, except maybe the laser sight. But the thing you really want to focus on assault rifles, especially if you are playing core game modes, is the hollow point. This increases, I can't even speak, increases headshot lethality for core. Now, if you're playing hardcore, this makes no difference. Completely stay away from the hollow point because it's going to be useless to you. I would say if you're playing hardcore, really all you need is your sight and a quick draw and suppressor and extended mags. That's usually what I always run on the NV4 anyway. You see I have a class here. I just have a suppressor right now. But I'll throw extended mags on there. It's because I have this howitzer on there, I think. But, yeah, I usually throw extended mags on there. Feel free, again, to use any of the attachments you want. But for hardcore, that's really all you need is your sight and any attachments you want. You do not need the hollow point in hardcore. The only time you need a hollow point is if you're playing core. So I think that wraps up the headshots. Got any questions about headshots, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you. Long shots, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really have to go into too much detail, but I will talk about it briefly. So 4 long shots goes back to the sights pretty much. The reflex, again, you can use. You can even use the thermal on this if you want the elo. Pretty much anything 4 long shots would work. This is where I would kind of recommend the Scout Hybrid. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the Scout Hybrid just because the enhanced zoom is just a little too much for me. I wouldn't even use it personally for long shots, but if you want to, by all means do it. But usually for long shots, I'll throw on the VMC. This will make things 10 times easier. Because if you're running around the map, you can have your regular sights, pretty much like a holographic sight. And then if you see someone in the distance, you know it's going to be a long shot. Just hold the Y button or triangle button if you're on PS4. And switch to that bigger zoom, longer zoom, and pick the enemy off. It's easy as that. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. Again, you can do that stuff with the Trojan or Reflex or Elo. By all means, if you want to, go ahead. But the VMC is going to make your life so much easier with long shots. That's pretty much all for the long shots. That's literally it. That's all you need to do. The whiteout camos. Get 50 kills with this weapon while aiming down sights and using an optic. I'm not even going to go into that. That's 100% simple. Just put on an optic. It doesn't matter which one you have. Just go in here, put on any of these will work. Just get 50 kills while aiming down that sight. That's it. That's literally it. That's probably the easiest thing besides the 200 kills on here. Next is the Bengal camo. Get 50 kills with this weapon with no attachments. Not even going to explain that. That's simple. No attachment. Just bare bone gun. Murdered out. Get 2 rapid kills 20 times with this weapon. So that basically means get 20 double kills. It doesn't have to be, it can be triple. If you get a triple kill or a quad kill, whatever, it's going to count because it's rapid kills. But basically, it means the least amount is get a double kill. So it's get 20 double kills. That's extremely self-explanatory. You don't need me to sit here and explain to you guys how to get double kills. Anyone and their brother and mother and sister can get double kills. That's simple. And then finally, what you need to get gold is Neon Tiger. Use this weapon to kill 3 enemies without dying 20 times. Again, I don't have to sit here and explain to you guys how to get a 3 kill streak. You all know how to get a 3 kill streak. It's simple. Just get 3 kills in a row without dying. And there you go. Now, I have to say, some of these challenges, for whatever reason, are a little glitched out. These last 2 in particular, the Murdered Out and Neon Tiger, are a little glitched out, and I don't know if it's intentional to be like that or if it actually is a glitch. But the rapid kills, sometimes it doesn't register. Like, there was a case where I think I needed 2 or 3 more, so I got, I thought I miscounted. And I counted, I had 4 in one game, and I came and looked at the challenge, and I had 19 out of 20. So just be aware that sometimes this challenge does not register. So if it doesn't just go into another game, sometimes it'll register as once per game. Usually it won't, but once you get towards like 18, 19, 20 or so, then it does that, which isn't a huge deal. But just be aware of that. And then Neon Tiger, use this weapon to kill 3 enemies without dying 20 times. Again, the 3 kill streak. This one is really, really, really messed up. For this, not this gun in particular, I think it was the Type 2. I had 19 out of 20, and I was trying to do this challenge for 3 games. I got 3, went 3 games getting a ton of 3 kill streaks, and the challenge never registered. After that 4th game, it finally did. So it's not a huge deal. It's not glitched out to the point where it doesn't work. It does work, but if it doesn't register, if, like I said, if you get 18, 19, whatever, and you get enough in one game and it doesn't register and you come back and there's only 1 or 2 left, just go into another game, get it, it'll work. It's not 100% glitched out. It's kind of, I don't know what the deal with it is. That's just what happened to me. I just want you guys to be aware of that. Anyway, and then once you finish all that, of course, then you get the gold camo, obtain all other camos for this weapon. And then to get your diamond, earn the gold camo for all non-classic assault rifles. As you guys know, you have to earn all of these challenges for all of the assault rifles. And I'm not going to go into any detail about any of the other ones because they're literally exactly the same for the assault rifles anyway. The only thing I can think of maybe giving you guys extra detail with is the R3K. I actually had an extreme amount of issue trying to get headshots with this thing, and this is where I wish that I was in hardcore, not core, because for whatever reason, I could not use this gun. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because it was a 3-round burst or whatever. I have no idea, but I could not use this gun for the life of me. But it's basically like the NV4. Throw on your reflex or your Evo or whatever you want to use. Do your quick draw, you know, your stock, whatever, suppressor, fusion mag, because this is an energy weapon, whatever you guys want to use, and you'll basically have it all. But I think that's pretty much it. That wraps it up for the assault rifles. If you guys have any question about any assault rifle in particular, if you're having any trouble and want me to recommend any attachments or anything, please feel free to leave a comment. I will try to respond. No guarantees, and the reason I say that is because Google Plus commenting system is extremely fucking broken, and sometimes comments don't go through until days or even weeks after they're posted. I don't know why it does that, but that's just the way it is. So anyway, this video is like 17 minutes long now, so I am going to get out of here. But that's basically it. It's as simple as that. Do all the things I explain for every gun. Get that gold and get that diamond and have a check mark on your solar camo. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for episode 2. In episode 2 of the guide to solar and black sky camo, we are going to go over the SMGs. So thank you once again. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. Drop a like if it was helpful, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I am out of here. Peace.
I